This is Lisa from Mobile Tech Review, and this is the Samsung Conquer 4G for Sprint. This is a relatively affordable 4G WiMAX phone on Sprint, and it launches at $99 with contract, and that's about half the price that we usually see WiMAX phones launch for on Sprint. So you can see it's a candy bar design phone. It runs Android OS 2.3.4 Gingerbread. That's the latest, greatest version of the operating system. And it really has not been enhanced much. There's no Samsung TouchWiz, for example. You can just see the pretty standard Google interface here. But you can add SprintID packs. And usually when you see a SprintID phone, you don't see much in the way of manufacturer customizations. The phone has mechanical buttons down here rather than the usual capacitive touch buttons. It has a 3.5-inch half VGA display. That's 320 by 480 pixels. That's kind of low by today's standards. Most of the higher-end phones have 800 by 480. For example, the HTC Evo Shift 4G with the slide-out QWERTY keyboard is also now reduced to $99 because it's been out for a while. It has an 800 by 480 display. Likewise, the Samsung Epic 4G has this higher resolution display as well. But again, this is a more affordable phone, and most of Sprint's 4G $99 phones are QWERTY sliders or QWERTY bar phones, so if you just want the standard slate design here, it's not such a bad deal. Take a look on the side here. We have a dedicated camera button, launches the camera application and acts as a shutter button. Takes a picture like that. Up top we've got the power button, 3.5mm stereo jack. You can see we've got a chrome surround here, kind of gives the phone a little bit jazzier look. Your volume rocker is up here. And down here is your micro USB port. And under the back cover, which you can see, feels almost rubbery. It's kind of cool, and it's got a nice pattern on it. It doesn't show fingerprints. It's easy to grip. Under this back cover, which is just a yank off, we have the battery and the micro SD card slot right here. And it comes with a 2 gig card pre-installed. And the battery is 1500 milliamps in capacity. Speaking of battery, WiMAX is usually pretty unkind to battery life, but even with 4G on and actually connected to the network, this has better than average battery life for a 4G phone, which is great. It's very aggressive at sleeping the 4G radio. Often we'll see little Z's up here as it's put the 4G radio to sleep, and that seems to really help. And if you're just using it on a 3G network, the battery life is definitely pretty good. You're going to make it easily through a day on a charge. In terms of reception, this has very good 3G reception and moderate 4G reception. We're not in a very strong 4G WiMAX coverage area here. Outdoors we get between 3 and 3.9 megs down and about 1 megs up on 4G. And on EVDO Rev network, which is 3G, we get about 800K on average down, which is good for our area, and about 400K up. Voice quality on this, really crisp, loud and clear. Nice voice phone. It's got a very basic dialer here. Again, this really has not been customized too much. And standard access to your call logs, all your contacts and your favorites are up here. Voicemail, your big dialer, and your call send button. In terms of software that's pre-installed, again, it's pretty vanilla Android. You've got Google Books here. Of course, you have the Google WebKit browser. Adobe Flash is supported. Currently running Adobe Flash 10.3 on this. You get the nice car home application, which is a handy big screen touch button thing for when you're driving, for example. Access navigation, voice search, contacts, dial, play music. Exit car mode. Standard Google Gallery application for playing videos and viewing photos. Supports MPEG-4 video like all Google phones. Got Google Search, Latitude, Google Maps, Google Navigation, YouTube Player. Sprint Navigation is not installed on this, nor is Sprint TV. You can download Sprint Radio from the Android market. So in addition to the usual Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and a GPS, this is a front-facing camera for video chat, and it comes with quick video chat. And on the rear we have a 3.2 megapixel camera with an LED flash. Not the highest resolution camera exactly, but obviously for a $99 phone, it's not too bad either. The phone can act as a mobile hotspot. We've got a little application shortcut right here. And just tap it to turn it on. And we'll turn the phone into a 3G, 4G mobile hotspot. As easy as that. And then you can change the settings if you want. Change the name, change the password, connection type, and the channel is running on. So this is the standard Google web browser again with Adobe Flash. We're going to check that out now. accelerometer, so it works in portrait and landscape modes. It also has an ambient light sensor, so it can automatically set brightness if you wish. And we'll check out our own website. You can see on-screen keyboard here. And there's a swipe keyboard. Here we're loading our website. Again, this is a half VGA display, 320 by 480 pixels, so you're going to do a lot of zooming in and out. Not super duper high resolution there, but the speed is good. And this runs on a 1 gigahertz CPU. Interestingly, it's not Samsung's Hummingbird CPU, it's a Qualcom 2nd Gen Snapdragon CPU with Adreno 205 graphics. So that's pretty good performance-wise. It can handle 3D games, it can handle Adobe Flash and some streaming video. Not your super high-end dual-core phone, but again, that's why this is not $200 or more either. And we'll check out some Adobe Flash Playback on YouTube. So here we are on the full YouTube desktop site. It's running a flash animation up top, but we've got access to all the videos here. We'll just pick a movie trailer. And we'll check out the X-Men First Class movie trailer. Run it in the browser so it uses Flash. And we are doing this over Sprint's 3G network right now. Since we're indoors, we can't actually pick up a 4G signal. We're almost at max volume now, not the super loudest phone for speakerphone. Playback is good.
It shall be the policy of this nation to regard any nuclear missile launched from Cuba against any nation in the Western Hemisphere as an attack.
So there we have it, Adobe Flash Playback. The 1 gigahertz CPU and Adreno 205 graphics are up to the task of handling that. So now we've also got the option here of SprintID packs, and if you want to get some more of those, this will download 3 themes and free applications. You just simply tap there and you pick what you're interested in: entertainment, socially connected, entertainment, MTV, home shopping network, NASCAR, essentials, and Sprint. And we'll check out what that one's about. And that says it'll install all the standard Sprint applications. So we'll go for that because we know a lot of you like your Sprint apps. And now we're done installing the SprintID pack. That's the actual SprintID pack here. And it's gone through quite a transformation. Gone is that vanilla Android look. We've got the Sprint Yellow theme here and all sorts of new apps. We've got a weather app over here, a little clock calendar application, a bunch of new apps as well. We've got Sprint TV loaded now, Telenav, which used to be known as Sprint Navigation, Sprint Football Live, Sprint NASCAR, Sprint Family Locator, and a couple of apps like shortcuts to ESPN, CNN, Facebook, the Weather Channel. And we've got the Sprint Zone here for managing your wireless radios and getting access to your account and good stuff like that. And the phone is still reasonably responsive, and it hasn't changed the launcher look. Of course, just added some applications. So now we have Sprint Music Plus here as well, Sprint Radio, and we're going to check out Sprint TV and movies now. We also got Think Free Office in the download. Alright, now we've loaded Sprint TV here, and this is powered by Mobi TV, so if you've used this on other Sprint phones, you're familiar with it already, and you can scroll through lots of TV shows and stuff, and we'll just pick something and give it a try. While we're waiting for that to load, you can see you got live TV access here, on-demand TV, and movies as well. And we're doing this over Sprint's EVDO Rev 8 3G network. It's kind of blocky, but good enough to be entertaining on the road when you're waiting in line, wherever it is you want to play this. So that's Sprint TV. So that's the Samsung Conquer 4G enhanced with the SprintID pack that gives you a whole bunch of Sprint applications. And again, you can load other ID packs to get other apps and download anything you want from the Android market. This has complete access to the Android market as well for not just applications these days, but also for books and movies. Phone is available now for $99 with a 2-year contract. Since this is a 4G phone, you are going to pay an extra $10 a month for 4G service, whether you actually live in a 4G coverage area or not. So obviously pick this phone if you have 4G coverage in your area and you're interested in 4G. And then it's a nice slate design phone that's pocketable. It's not too large with a 3.5-inch display and good mid to better than mid specs. I'm Lisa from Mobile Tech Review. Visit our website for the full review.